This past week, Cyberpunk 2077 got another patch, this one seemingly minor, 1.31. Fixing more bugs and of note, restoring one goofy thing that was wiped from the game as of patch 1.3. When that larger patch hit, the ability of roads to look wet or reflective went away for some reason. CDPR confirmed this was a bug, but it would be restored as part of a larger rework of reflective surfaces they were doing. Now 1.31 is here, and this is what the patch notes said about the restoration of wet roads. Fixed an issue where roads after rain did not look wet, which was the result of ongoing work on the wet surfaces system. In 1.31, wet surfaces should look more detailed than they did even before the issue occurred. I didn't think much of this, and yet logging into the game, and seeing players play with even higher graphics settings than I'm capable of, I have to say, this is pretty noticeable. It doesn't rain in Night City all that often, but now when it does, the wet surfaces rework really does stand out. And generally speaking, it seems like reflective surfaces look better overall. I haven't tried this out extensively on consoles, but suffice to say, we are still running last-gen versions of the game there, so I would not expect there to be that much of a difference. And yet, the kinds of graphical improvements we're seeing here may be what CDPR is trying to cook up for the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of the game, perhaps one of the reasons that it's taking so long to get that upgraded version out. I have given Cyberpunk a ton of flack when it's screwed things up in the past, but this is one instance where yes, I'm definitely noticing a marked improvement in the game, even if it's only significant on certain platforms running certain settings. The game always could be beautiful on the highest-end PCs, but I do think this wetness update has improved even further on that, and if this is something that could come to all versions of the game to some extent, I think it would be pretty noticeably for most players. If you're on PC, I would log in and check it out for yourself right now. As ever, we still have no word on when next-gen Cyberpunk will arrive, or when new free DLC is coming. Stay tuned for that. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to my free weekly content roundup newsletter, God Rolls. Pick up my sci-fi novels The Hera Killer series, and the Earthborn trilogy, which is also on audiobook.